Hi, I'm Barry Ostrowski. At Barnabas Health, we believe citizens need to be informed about the important healthcare issues affecting their lives. That's why we're proud to support healthcare programming produced by the Caucus Educational Corporation and their partners on public television.
Funding for this edition of Caucus, New Jersey has been provided by the Russell Berry Foundation, Fedway Associates, Inc., and by the Adler Aphasia Center.
Hi, I'm Steve Adubato. It is my pleasure to introduce our good friend for the first time here on public television, Bob Lipka, Director of Customized Training Solutions in the Center for Business and Technology at County College of Morris. Good to see you, Bob.
Good to see you, Steve.
You know, what's interesting about this is we had Dr. Ed Yaw, your president, on at a round table of college presidents at the county level talking about the role of county colleges. I'm amazed at the role that community colleges are playing. But in this particular initiative, this is about workforce training. What specifically are we talking about, particularly the New Jersey Basic Skills Workforce Training Program? What is it and why are you so involved?
Workforce training is a segment of the college, or we help support workforce training for businesses to help them be more productive and more profitable. The New Jersey Business Industry Association initiative is a grant which was written by our college consortium of the 19 county colleges to provide services around the state to businesses for basic skills development, everything ranging from math skills to language skills, computer skills, and communication skills. And we're in our 6th year now. We've trained over 50,000 people across the state.
50,000 people. And one of the things that really strikes me here is that you're involved with GE. What is that General Electric initiative and why is it so important?
Okay, that's actually a separate initiative that we undertook here in Morris County, where the college is. We are partnering with GE to help them deliver an apprenticeship program to bring in people from different fields to become skilled production workers in their manufacturing environment. So we did everything from helping them qualify individuals, doing all the assessments, to laying out a program. We designed a program for them to take them from the basic skills up to advanced manufacturing skills.
But you know, Bob, when you think about this, you begin to realize that that is the role. In fact, by legislation, 2003, the state of New Jersey designated community colleges as the primary providers of workforce training in the state. They said, why county colleges?
The two-year colleges were designed for a number of reasons, but what we can do is we provide a lot of flexibility. We can be very responsive. When I talk to businesses, what I tell them is we really deal with the nuts and bolts of your business, the frontline action, where the things need to be done quickly. If something's not working, it needs to be addressed quickly. And we can be very responsive to that and design programs to help people either become skilled, raise skill levels, or help them transition into new roles.
Be specific in the time we have. What kind of skills are we talking about that people really need to compete for jobs in this incredibly competitive and difficult marketplace?
Two main areas that I see on an ongoing basis is communication skills, which can be verbal, written, and take many different forms, and technology skills. Either people don't have them or they need to upgrade them. And in this world now, in the global economy, which is very competitive, you need to communicate very well. And
in what form? Verbal communication, written communication?
Verbal and written communication, which can take on many forms, whether it's just internal communication within a company or external to clients and customers, or just being able to present within your organization your thoughts in a concise manner using technology tools.
And the technological training, what are we talking about?
Everything from basic skills of Microsoft-type skills, which there's many different ways to use those pieces of technology, so we help people upgrade those skills to become efficient, as well as advanced technology skills, which can take on everything from programming and database skills to, in the manufacturing arena, computerized technology that's used to apply to the production line.
You know what's so interesting here? So much of what we're talking about is customized. You say, listen, these are the programs we have, this is what we do, but you go into the company and you try to customize the actual training. How do you do that?
Well, the approach we take, and my department is staffed by people from the business world, so we're bringing a business perspective to the businesses. So what we do is we take quality time to come in first and listen, find out about the culture, the the management style and practices, the communication processes, what challenge a business is facing before we do anything. So we really take time to understand the business and then design a program that's targeted to those needs and those challenges, whether it's some individualized training or a whole training program.
How receptive do you find these companies?
Oh, very receptive. And I think a lot of companies, when they learn what a two-year college can do, they're amazed, first of all. And then they're pleased as far as what they see that we can do and the results that we deliver, because we really work on delivering
Before
results.
I let you out of here, if people want to find out more about the program that you lead, Bob is, by the way, again, the director of the Customized Training Solutions Center for Business and Technology at County College of Morris. I believe the website, good, our website's been up there. If people go onto the website, Bob, what will they find?
They'll find a description of our services, information about the grant programs that are available, and sampling of what we can deliver in terms of topics and programs.
Important stuff. Bob, I want to thank you for joining us. It has been wonderful being partners with County College of Morris, because what I've learned is that while people may not know a lot about county community colleges, you play an incredibly important role, and this is just a great example of it.
Well,
Thank
I
you, Bob.
appreciate the opportunity to,
You got it.
to let you know. Thank
Stay
you.
with us. We'll be right back right after this.
If you would like more information on this program, or if you'd like to express an opinion, email us at info@caucusnj.org. Visit us online at caucusnj.org, or find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Steve Adubato, PhD.
Hear ye, hear ye! My lords, my ladies, greetings, and welcome to the grand opening of the Samuel and Josephine Plumeri Wishing Place.
Look at all the ribbon.
The great news today is that our three spires, our three towers of this castle, are now a beacon of the hope, strength, and joy that brings our mission to life.
How good is that? You saw him there. You see him here. Tom Weatherall, President and Chief Executive Officer, Make-A-Wish, New Jersey. Good to see you, buddy.
Great seeing you, Steve.
How good was it seeing that video from the
No.
Plumeri Wishing Place? That opened up in December 2nd, 2001. What was that like for you?
2011.
2011, I'm sorry.
What was it like? It's not an exaggeration to say it was the greatest day of my life.
Really?
That, Steve, that's how profound an impact it had on my life. It had on our mission. To see those kids, this is a project. I couldn't wait to talk to you about it. We've been on the show before, Steve, and of course, I'm always going to advocate the mission. It's about the mission, the simplicity of it, but the power of it. But this project, this is a game changer, and there's no place like it anywhere in the world within the Make-A-Wish family.
Paint the picture for us. By the way, Joe Plumeri, our good friend, but tell folks what the Plumeri name means and why it's on there.
Samuel and Josephine Plumeri Wishing Place. So Joe Plumeri gave us the largest gift in the history of Make-A-Wish. It was his gift that really spearheaded and got others to jump on board to know that this was going to happen. And Joe wanted to name it after his parents. At that time, his then late father Samuel and his mother Josephine, who is still with us right up through the construction, through all the planning. I would speak to her, I would share with her what was going on, have Wish children meet with her, and she would see on their faces the excitement of the day that it was about to come. And then we opened up on December 2nd, 2011, and Josephine passed away that January. But she got to see the castle.
Take us through it. Describe the castle, describe it, and why it's so special.
So Steve, here's what we've learned. We're about to enter our 30th year in 2013 here in New Jersey. And nationally, we've been around 32 years, begun in 1980. But over time, we've paid attention to the medical community because they are
our key partners in this. They recognize, and I think is the greatest testament to the power of our mission. In addition to,
by the way, I'm sorry, make it clear. I don't want to assume everyone knows, because you've been with us many times before. I saw young Nicholas, who was with us as well. His wish was granted, you know, about his dad and the motorcycle that we talked about. But
what we do.
Tell folks what you do, because I don't want to assume that because your website is up. I want people giving during, I'm going to turn it into a telethon, but right during the segment, tell folks what you do.
Steve, our mission statement is very simple. It's one sentence. We grant wishes to children with life-threatening medical conditions to enrich the human experience with hope, strength, and joy. Those three, they're trigger words to bring our mission to life. And what we learned from the medical community that we pick up where science and medicine leave off was that children with life-threatening medical conditions have great difficulty seeing beyond their current circumstances. Their imaginations are stifled. And until December 2nd, 2011, our way of bringing the magic of Make-A-Wish into their lives was either through their living room or the hospital room. And we will still continue to do that. But this castle provides us this third option.
What is that? Take a look at that. What are we looking at right now?
That's a beautiful, that was shortly after the opening of the castle. Hey, Steve, look, this beautiful, magical and whimsical castle, we light her up at night. And so, you know, there was talk, should we just give it, you know, basic white lighting to, we said, no, why would we do that to such a magical castle? So we got some great advisors and on this project who helped to light it up. In fact, one of them donated his services pro bono, was a Disney Imagineer who helped us with some input on the exterior of the castle.
Go to the interior. What are the rooms like?
The interior, Steve, we looked long and hard. It was probably, it was the most difficult decision I've ever been a part of in my professional career, in choosing the partner who's going to help us with the creative, the thematic interior design. And we found a partner at an architectural design firm in Manhattan who partners with a firm in upstate New York, Adirondack Studios, Skolnick Architecture in Manhattan, Adirondack, upstate New York, who brought the fabrication to life.
What are the rooms like?
They bring the child into a room that will inspire them. They've never seen anything like this anywhere that they've ever been. Now, many will say it reminds them of Disney, and of course we don't mind. We're flattered.
It's not a bad comparison.
It's a great compliment, and we understand it. Although it wasn't modeled after any building or any structure at any Disney park anywhere. But children, they see a castle, they see it lit up, and imagine, and immediately they think of Disney. There are three special rooms. The whole castle is important.
The three rooms.
Second floor holds the heart and soul of the facility, Steve. One room, the Chris Gracious Inspiration Room, and that's named for the boy whose experience back in 1980 to be a police officer, he watched Chips back in the day, and so many of our kids, Steve, they're limited to their bed, and so they're watching television, and it's an escape. And for him then was to be an Arizona highway patrolman, and so he lived in Arizona, and the Arizona Highway Patrol and state police came to the fore and made that wish happen. We said that room will be named for Chris. He inspired this whole organization, the Chris Gracious Inspiration Room.
Real quick, before I let you out, what are the other two rooms?
The Wishing Room, which is the heart and soul of the second floor and of the castle. And that's where the child will declare their wish. The Chris Gracious Room helps them to imagine the possibilities. And then the third room, because we recognize we serve 2.5 to 18, Steve, and you have children, and you know that a 3-year-old, a 4-year-old, 5-year-old has different interests than the teenager, and vice versa. We have a teen lounge, the Berardo teen lounge, the Ciarco family wishing room, and as well as the Ciarco family Chris Gracious Inspiration Room. And so
that's good stuff. Yeah. By the way, coming up on the 1-year anniversary, right?
Yeah.
What are the hopes and dreams for your organization for the next year?
So that we continue to grant the fondest wishes of children. Steve, we always, when we meet a children, we ask if you could have one wish, what would it be? Our goal is to deliver and to exceed even their expectations and to maintain that high quality wish and also to find more and to serve more children. As long as there's children with life-threatening medical conditions, we're going to be there. And this castle only solidifies that.
Every time you're with us, I say the same thing. We're proud to be partners with you as two nonprofits trying to be helpful.
Thank you, Steve.
Tom.
Thanks for all you do.
Tom Weatherall, President and Chief Executive Officer of Make-A-Wish, New Jersey. Thank you, Tom.
Thank you, Steve.
Stay with us. We'll be right back right after this. Thank you, buddy.
If you would like more information on this program, or if you'd like to express an opinion, email us at info@caucusnj.org. Visit us online at caucusnj.org, or find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Steve Adubato, PhD.
Tom Marino is Co-Chief Executive Officer of CohnReznick, and Ken Baggett is Co-Chief Executive Officer of CohnReznick. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us here on public television.
Good to see you, Steve, always.
This is a very significant introduction, a significant announcement. Your two firms have come together.
We have.
J.H. Cohn, right, and the Reznick Group come together, and you form the 11th largest accounting firm in the nation.
That's correct.
Yep. Why? Why come together?
Ken, take it.
I like that. See, is that how co-CEOs work?
Yeah,
exactly how it works.
And they said it couldn't be done.
Let's see if he gets it right.
We were looking to, as Reznick Group, to expand our operations on from a diversification standpoint, and certainly CohnReznick creates that for us. We had geography around the U.S. They had diversification of practices.
Describe your geography. Describe your geography first.
Okay. The geography Reznick Group is really throughout the eastern seaboard, from mid-Atlantic south, Texas, Chicago, and the West Coast. One of the areas we were missing from a geography was the Northeast, J.H. Cohn.
Describe the J.H. Cohn, the former name, the J.H. Cohn for many, many years. The geography, Tom.
Primarily Metro New York. We've been headquartered in New Jersey since 1919. We're also up in New England, and we rounded out in Southern California. Now, like Ken, we're looking for a different and improved geography, but we're also looking for some of the specialties that they have that we don't, and they were looking for some of the services that we provide that they don't. So it's a perfect fit without any real overlap in geography. So it's one of the true mergers that are truly mergers where there's no headcount reduction. It's about building, not contracting.
It's interesting. I've known Tom for a long time. I've said this on the show before when he's been here before. I've done some executive coaching for the firm, so I understand a lot about the firm. But what's interesting is that you've said for a long time, and it's the first time we've gotten the chance to talk like this, Ken, but Tom has said for a long time that things have had to change and the status quo was not acceptable and a lot of individual firms were not going to make it alone. Right, Tom?
I've said that for a lot of reasons. The baby boomers are coming of age. That leads a succession problem, and the world's changed in 2007 with the economy. We need to do more than we're doing. Our clients expect more. They expect deeper services than either firm or any individual firm can provide now. And Ken, I don't know if you want to
see it that way?
But
harder to survive alone.
Oh, absolutely. You know, you must be a certain size to be able to compete.
Certain size.
Market permission is everything in trying to receive and get new clients. Clients want to be with firms that can deliver their needs, you know, what they need from a quality standpoint, from a technical standpoint, and also from a contact standpoint. So size does matter when it comes to accounting firms.
It's interesting. The areas of expertise, I know there's some crossover here, but just define and describe, Ken, some of the areas of expertise of your firm coming into this.
Right. From Reznick Group's perspective, we are known as a real estate organization. We probably 70+% of our firm's practice is in the real estate market, and we do that all over the country. So that's our major thrust. The second one, which is an exciting area to be in too, is renewable energy. As we have seen that continue to get popular, as we want to get less dependent on oil and the fossil fuels, renewable energy has become just a great avenue, and that's become a nice practice for us as well.
Tom, round it out. Expertise of the firm.
Well, we had some expertise in real estate. They have greater expertise, so it's going to add to our client base. But we do a lot of manufacturing, a lot of construction, a lot of not-for-profits, a lot of professional services, a lot of hospitality, probably a more variety of practices in our firm, but a deeper depth in the real estate expertise that we just don't have.
I'm curious about this. There was so much discussion. We're doing this program right before the presidential race of 2012, and there's lots of discussion about mergers and people's perception of what happens in merged situations and leveraged buyouts, and that's not what this is, obviously. However, I'm curious about this. When organizations come together, it's two cultures, geographic culture, leadership, all kinds of things, right? How have the employees responded? As a student of leadership, I'm fascinated by the question. How have they responded?
When we first rolled out the concept to both our partners first, obviously, and then ultimately to our staff, there was nothing but a sense of excitement. Because the excitement wasn't about, or the message was not really about, we're changing what you do. We're expanding your abilities to do more. And that was a great message. Add New York in our world, from the Reznick's perspective, was a huge, huge change.
No fear, Ken?
None whatsoever.
No fear, Tom?
I would say very little fear because we've taken a lot of time to get to know each other. The culture, as you said, is the critical factor when two successful firms are coming together. And we found there's a commonality to cultures, starting with Ken and I, who've known each other for a number of years. And look, we're both from the South. He's from South Alabama. I was born in South Patterson.
I knew you were going to say that.
But
Do
you
notice Ken's New Jersey accent?
Yeah, you can tell.
I
You can
spent enough
absolutely
time
tell.
with him. I'm starting to pick up a Southern outfit.
I picked that up too. But talk about that, two leaders coming together who've been leading their own organizations for a long time. That's got to be interesting, if not very challenging.
It's both. There's no doubt it's both. The challenges are ahead, but when we put our industry groups together to work on a go-to-market plan and you see the excitement build, you see the synergies, you see the business we've booked together already that neither firm would have ever had, and we haven't even closed the transaction yet. It's really exciting.
One of the things when someone asked me the question, how in the world can you be co-CEOs with, that's
It's not common.
It's not common. And my answer is very simple, because I've known Tom such a long time. There's probably only one or two people in the country that I could co-CEO anything with, and Tom Marino is one of them. We see eye to eye. When there's an issue, we resolve it very quickly. We actually, the other day I was joking and said, we need to find something to fight about, because we've not even had an argument yet.
Really,
And
I've
it's
known
pretty
Tom
amazing.
a while. I think it's possible. Tom?
Oh, it's possible.
A couple of minutes we have left. I'm curious about this. Your clients, tax policy, the economy, in a couple of minutes, even bigger than Cohn-Reznick. Hard to imagine, right? Bigger. What are they most concerned about right now? The economy.
Costs. I mean, the economy is not going to get better till unemployment gets better. You read about the housing market going up the past couple days. It hasn't even gotten near the 2007 levels. So they're still afraid to make that big investment, that big CapEx, that big consulting project to help them out. It's still about conserving costs, I think, Ken.
What are you hearing?
And the other thing we're hearing too is from the small to medium-sized business. So where are taxes going? Tax reform is here. You've got the sequestration. You've got all these issues that are facing Congress, and we'll call it gridlock at best.
Sure, at best.
At best. And they're waiting to see what's going to happen there and how it's going to affect their business. That has held back investment in this country.
But how do you advise clients who are so, not just antsy, but nervous and anxious and afraid? Because someone says, oh, you're an accounting firm. You're so much more than that because you do consulting for them. How do you advise them to deal with their anxiety?
It is client by client because there are different sectors that are going to do better than others. Renewable energy is going to have more action than construction right now. So you're going to advise clients differently with the expertise in the field. The best thing you can do is tell them what they need to hear, not what they want to hear, and that the economy is not going to be better in the near term. I think you're looking at 5 years down the road.
They need to hear that, Tom?
They need to hear that. You don't need to do a lot of speculation because you don't know, starting with the election, where that's going to go, and that will have an effect on the economy.
Yeah, absolutely. But those clients who also have a market that's really starting to come back, we say, but don't be nervous. You've seen cycles. There's every business, and Lord knows, as long as I've been in this profession, there's been a lot of ups and downs in the
peaks and valleys.
Even in real estate is even more so intense. So don't be so afraid that it stifles you. Be cautious, and I use the word be cautious with just a good dose of fear.
Tom Marino, Ken Baggett, co-chief executive officers of the Cohn-Reznick team, the 11th largest accounting firm in the nation, an experiment that I have a feeling people from across the country are going to be watching. The two of you, this is going to be fascinating, gentlemen.
Thank you.
And a lot of fun. Thank you, Steve.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
The preceding program has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating 25 years of broadcast excellence, and 13 for WNET, NJTV, and WHYY. Funding for this edition of Caucus, New Jersey has been provided by the Russell Berry Foundation, Fedway Associates, Inc., and by the Adler Aphasia Center. Promotional support provided by NJ Biz, All Business, All New Jersey, the Star Ledger, and NJ.com, Everything Jersey. And by the New Jersey Business and Industry Association and its monthly magazine, New Jersey Business. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area. Caucus, New Jersey has been produced in partnership with TriStar Studios.
New Jersey Manufacturers Insurance Company offers policies that can protect against auto accidents, fires, windstorms, floods, and many other serious and urgent situations. Tips on what to do before, during, and after you're confronted with the unexpected are on the emergency preparedness section of njm.com. New Jersey Manufacturers, helping the Garden State prepare for the unexpected for nearly a century.
This is One-on-One. Join me as we get up close and personal with some of today's most compelling personalities. This is one you can't afford to miss.
Weeknights at 7 and 11:30 p.m. on NJTV and 12:30 a.m. on 13.